Whoa, I'm so big. I wasn't meant to be that big. Anyway, hey, if you are just tuning in, we spent the first hour of the stream trying to pre-order a Switch 2. And spoilers, it ended very successfully. So, before I move on to Crusader Ascenti, before I move on to actual video games, which is what people are here to watch, I must visit Final Fantasy VII Rebirth one last time. Specifically, we're going to watch the date scenes, the Chapter 8 and Chapter 12 dates, as well as the Loveless cutscene differences, just to see what I missed. Was that the victory music? Yeah, it was kind of the intermission music. That was from Snowboard Kids 2. Linda's Castle from Snowboard Kids 2, which Atlas should really put on NSO. Wink, wink, hint, hint. The game is, like I said, the game's not on my computer anymore. I got rid of that thing as soon as I beat it to reclaim the 150 gigs. I have some thoughts about it that I want to talk about once we finish watching the videos. Just briefly, though, and I know this is kind of like a meaningless thing because of how I split the streams on the YouTube channel now, but in terms of like total stream time and individual parts, I'm pretty sure Rebirth, well, it definitely is. Rebirth is absolutely the longest game I've streamed now. 120 hours of stream time. I mean, I've put more into Pokemon, but like that's also like a lot of off-stream stuff. But like in terms of on-stream time, at Rebirth is now, I think, the most streamed game. The most amount of parts, because I split them into 50 segments instead of full streams. And also, I think, longest time from, like, start to finish of, like, a game consecutively. There have been games that have gone on for several months, but, like, in terms of, like, starting a game and just playing through it to the end, I'm pretty sure Rebirth also takes, if not comes close to, most consecutive, like, weeks streamed. So, yeah, that's not Tears of the Kingdom almost took you an entire year streams. That took me from because it came out during FWA in 2023. That took me from when I got home from that until the end of July. So it took me about 2 months. I've had games that have taken longer just because I took a break during them. Anyway, we're about to go back into FF7 territory. I know that a lot of people are kind of tired of it. It's really funny. As soon as I stopped uploading those and started uploading other videos on my VOD channel, the VODs started getting views again. Like, the Final Fantasy VODs get, like, single-digit views. And then everything else, like, starts getting double. Did not interrupt my train of thought? No, it's okay. It's alright. Anyway, I have chat open on my phone. We're gonna load up the desktop again. I guess I'll pull the PNG tuber up. No reason for it not to be here. So we got 3. I'll probably list who did each of these videos in the description if you're watching this on my channel. So we're going to start with the Chapter 8 dates. Originally, I thought only Tifa and Aerith were available for this, but it turns out I think Barrett and Yuffie are also available. So that's interesting. And we're going to see that right now. Let me just make sure everything's okay. I could see the stream here. Let me know if this is too low. Hotel Alone.
Weird. Walk ought to clear my head.
So you could get no one here? Really? Interesting. Shout out to the YouTube channels. Yeah, which one's this? I'm gonna put them all in the descriptions, but Pilot JJ1 for this one.
Weird. Walk ought to clear my head.
Oh, okay, so they split this by scene, not by date. Okay. Alright. I'll just kick back and relax for a little bit.
Oh, good, you're up. Perfect timing. I need someone to keep me company while I check out the park. This place is actually kind of lame when you're on your own.
Try the others?
Aerith and Tifa went on the Sky Wheel together, just the 2 of them. Talk about rude, leaving the new girl behind.
Hell yeah, more evidence of them just being, like,
you were the new girl.
Completely in love with each other.
It's my superpower. I slide in, buddy up, and then yoink! Come on, let's talk more walk.
I know I joke about it, but it really does seem like they want Yuffie, they wanted Tifa and Aerith to kind of have, like, girl crush on each other. So I did get Tifa the first time, so this is nothing new.
Hey,
we might as well watch it anyway since it's here.
Anything? Some food, water?
I'm fine. You were right. Just needed some sleep. You alone?
Yeah, Red's off doing his own thing, and Aerith and Yuffie are taking a spin on the sky wheel.
It's just
They're
whoever's
only
not
letting
there is on the
couples
sky
tonight.
wheel.
So here I am, the odd woman out. They hit it off quick, huh? Must be nice to make friends that easily.
What? Like you can't?
I don't know.
Also, since this is
I
repeat
act
footage
like I
here, let
can.
me just
I think I always have. Ever
edit
since I
the
was a
volume a
kid.
bit so it's
Anyway, you
good
up for a little
thing here.
exploring? With me. I mean, no pressure.
I may not have a ton to say about all this. I'm just watching this to watch it because I was requested to watch all these back when I was doing the Chapter 12 date.
Thought I'd come see how you were holding up. What?
Nothing. Never mind.
You're still under the weather, huh?
No, I'm fine. Sleep helped.
So does that mean you'd be up for a little sightseeing with yours truly? Just so happens the Skywheel's running a special for couples.
For couples? As in...
I'll leave that up to your imagination. It's more fun that way.
It is interesting, like, because, like, here's the thing, like, people are always like, who would Cloud choose? This game really makes it sound like if things had gone well for everyone, Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith would just be like a friggin' polycule three-way polycule. Because it's clear that they both really like Cloud, and at the same time, they both talk to each other about him constantly. So, I think that there was no competition there.
You should place a bet first.
Wow, you really can get sucked into this. You can see how people end up in debt.
Yeah. Let's make sure we don't.
This is some kind of race today, folks. In all my years in the booth, only seen a couple this close. So, Cloud, which bird do you think is gonna take home the win?
I was like wondering why this sounds so
Aerith,
familiar to me, and I
considering
forgot
that
Vinny
footage and
Vinesauce got
I think the choice
Aerith
is
for the
clear.
first date.
Yeah, you were right. Just needed some sleep.
That's also, sorry,
I think the choice is clear.
I like Cloud just
Yeah,
leaning into
you
the
were
joke.
right. Just needed some sleep.
That's good. I am a little surprised to see you, though. Must have been some nap.
Oh right, the other characters are around, so there's different dialogue
So, what are you up to?
depending on who you're
Just
with.
chilling?
Pretty much. I could feel a headache coming on, so...
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just not used to all these...
I'm pretty sure that's
lights and
Tifa's
sounds.
dialogue for the Aerith
I'll
part
head
too.
to the hotel soon. Don't worry.
So it's just Yuffie
Yeah,
that has
You
different
were right. Just needed
words
some sleep.
there. Yeah.
That's good. I am a little surprised to see you, though. Must have been some nap.
Yeah, so they only have like one set of lines
Taking a
depending on
break
who's
from the
there
fun?
who's there.
Pretty much.
Bleh.
I could feel a headache coming on, so...
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just not used to all these lights and sounds is all. But I'll head to the hotel soon. Don't worry.
I never would have expected to run into you here.
Madam M. Oh, this is for when he's alone, I'm guessing.
Why, celebrating, of course.
Yeah, conversation with Madam M.
My little jaunt to Costa del Sol proved fruitful. Oh, and now I'm flushing all that gil down the toilet. I swear, every time one of Sam's chocobos takes first. Probably doping his birds, the con artist.
Actually, no, I think this happens on the date too. I don't remember it, but
Oh, please.
I remember
don't
hearing this
tell me I'm
dialogue.
alone. My God, that is depressing. Cloud, the gold saucer was all but designed for date night. So run along. Find yourself a pretty young thing.
Whatever.
I never would have expected to run into you here.
What are you doing in this place?
Why, celebrating, of course. My little jaunt to Costa del Sol.
we
Now
just-
I'm flushing all that gil down the
Not
toilet.
alone. Okay.
I swear, every time.
Oh, all right. So
one of Sam's
so she
chocobos
only
takes
talks to
first.
Cloud, but her dialogue's
Probably
different depending on
doping
who
his
you're,
birds,
depending on
the
if you
con
ask
artist.
someone or not. So now she's gonna
Enough
comment
about
on
me,
someone being
then.
with me.
What about you? Surely you've got better things to do than listen to me vent. Like paying attention to your girlfriend. Go have fun before she gets bored with you.
But what if it's Red though? Because you can be with Red in this scene.
Whatever.
Welcome, cadets, to Space Ranger HQ. Our mission today is a vital one, and we will need your wholehearted support to defeat the enemy.
Sir!
Sir! Sir! Oh man, that sounds awesome! I want to join!
Be my guest.
Do it without me.
Is that how you were back when you enlisted?
Not quite that great, I hope.
You want to be a space ranger too?
Prefer to keep my feet on the ground.
Let me guess. Got lonely up in the room?
No?
Look at all these happy couples. Kinda jealous. I mean, this place isn't much fun by yourself. There must be someone who'd hang out with a cool person like me.
Stop it. We're not here to make friends.
So aggressive.
All I'm saying
Hey, you know, he's like such an asshole.
anyone can put on a friendly face, including Shinra spies. They could be anywhere, waiting to pounce.
Thanks, but I'm not that naive. I know a shimmer creep when I see one.
If you say so, just stay sharp, okay?
Oh, I will. Sharp as a tack. Promise. Huh. Uh-huh.
Aerith?
Could this be a date?
Absolutely not.
Oh, now you're just being shy. Don't deny that you were thrilled when this charming beauty came knocking and swept you off your feet. Deep down in your heart, you're thinking, oh, thank you, Yuffie. Let me buy you all the materia you want.
Absolutely not.
Oh, such a liar. You're loving every minute of this.
Absolutely not.
Whatever you say. Huh. Uh-huh.
Aerith?
Just checking.
Checking for what?
If you were fighting or not. Not gonna lie, I'm a teensy bit jealous. This place just isn't that fun when you're all by yourself. There must be someone out there who'd want to hang out with a cool person like me.
Stop it. This isn't the time to go making new friends, right?
Yeah, you heard the man, Aerith.
Why? Like,
All I'm saying is,
oh, right.
anyone can put on a friendly face, including Shinra spies.
Like that.
They could
Like,
be anywhere, waiting to pounce.
waiting to pounce. Great choice of words there,
Thanks,
Cloud.
but I'm not that naive. I know a shimmer creep when I see one.
Do you, though, Aerith?
You say so. Just stay sharp, okay?
Oh, I will. Sharp
It's
as
a very
tack.
interesting choice of words, given that this is also where Kate has joined you.
Jesse. Hey. Still waiting on that pizza.
Aw.
Our old stomping grounds. Should take a look.
Well, it actually made me a lot more sad than I thought it would.
What? You, know her or something?
She was a friend.
What? No way. I didn't think you had friends.
Might have just been screwing with me.
Yeah, well, you're lucky she even did that.
I know.
I swear, Cloud, it's like you're destined to be surrounded by smoking hot chicks.
Yuffie, you're 17.
Lucky me, huh?
Why
This
my
way,
stream,
babe magnet.
my preview on the
Coming.
Twitch app is not showing correctly?
Still waiting on that pizza.
Do you see that for everyone?
It's Jessie. Back when I was still finding my feet in Midgar, I ran into some trouble. But she took me under her wing, helped me out, saved me, really.
Sounds like her.
I admired her. She was so cool and confident. Like nothing could bring her down.
Her wing quest.
Yeah. I know.
No.
I owe her so much.
We saw this one,
Thank
but
you
still.
for everything.
I gotta say, it is very interesting how much, like, how often, you know, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse's... Biggs obviously is a different story, but Wedge and Jesse's death comes up during the story.
You know her?
It really makes them feel like a lot, you know, like
do.
actual people living in this world, as opposed to the
That's
original
Jessie.
where they'd occasionally...
She died fighting for Avalanche.
Where they'd occasionally just give, like, you know, like Barrett would occasionally just reference them. But that's it.
Yeah. She was a good friend. Not that I deserved one.
Just a friend? Or a girlfriend? You can be pretty dense when it comes to that kind of stuff.
She gave as good as she got. Never cut me any slack. And yeah, just a friend.
Sure was that black and white?
I love how, like, everything Aerith says when she's alone with Cloud is like, but are you dating? But maybe you're not. But maybe you are. But are you?
You, young man, still have a lot to learn.
I'm just starting to notice, like, that's, like, the main topic, like, anytime she's talking to Cloud. It's like, are you seeing someone? But are you? Really? She's the kind of person who will press two action figures together, yeah.
The races, maybe?
Not again. Oh man, they're done for the day. Kinda cool to think this is where that girl used to perform.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
She still does holographically.
Done for the day, I guess. She was always a star, but just imagine her up there.
And then they kiss, yeah.
Wish I could have seen it.
Guess they're done for the day, huh? Bummer. Just think, your friend used to perform on this very stage.
Yeah.
Would have been fun to see.
It's been a while. I must say, your duel with Dio earlier was a sight to behold. Gave me goosebumps. The stage calls to you, begs for you to bare your soul upon it.
What are you doing out here?
The park director requires my talent.
I don't remember if I talked to Andrea during the date.
My fancy footwork, to be precise.
Also, Red can be in the elevator, but I guess you can't actually go.
No.
Not even the limelight can melt.
You can't actually go on a date with them. I don't know how that works. Also, actually, now I do remember the Andrea thing, because I remember him saying cut a rug. One of the few spots in the game I didn't complete. The 3D Brawler and the Queen's Blood table.
Let's see how it stacks up against the real thing.
Oh, so he's willing to go on it when he's alone.
Where do we even start? Oh, that a motorcycle I spy
But when he's with other people, he gets embarrassed.
You know, Aerith and Tifa talked your skills up. Said you really knew how to stick it to the man. So hop on and show me what you got.
That's for kids.
Too tough for Mr. Cool, huh?
Whatever. Let's see how it stacks up against the real thing.
This place looks fun, huh? Now we're talking. That one's practically calling your name. Bet you'd kill on it.
But it's for kids.
You're afraid of a little video game?
Whatever. Let's see how it stacks up against the real thing.
I spy something a certain all-action mercenary might like. Wanna try?
But it's for kids.
That's what all the old fogies say.
Whatever. Let's see how it stacks up against the real thing.
I just realized Discord.
I mean, seriously, who could resist the siren song of the saucer?
You alone?
Yeah, got a little sidetracked and wound up losing the
Discord
others.
doesn't show
Well, feel free to join
your
us.
streaming
if you
status. You
want.
have a custom
And be a
message
third
over it. That
wheel?
sucks.
No,
Should have
thanks.
removed the one I
I know
had.
when I'm not wanted. I mean, seriously, who could resist the siren song of the saucer?
You alone?
Yeah, got a little sidetracked. sidetracked and wound up losing the others.
You know, you could tag along with us.
And be a third wheel? No thanks. I know when I'm not wanted.
It is interesting that a lot of these incidental dialogues are just like the same for everyone, but then it's just the character like responding to them is slightly different.
Skywheel Square. Cuddle up with a partner in our
This is the
cozy
end.
gondolas and
How
see our
much is left
golden
here?
paradise in a whole new light. Escape the crowds, share a private moment together, and experience dazzling sights and sounds. The memories you make here are sure to last a lifetime.
So from what I could tell, it just looks like... So it looks like, yeah,
Thing.
you're either alone, you're with Tifa, you're with Aerith, or with Yuffie. So it's only one extra person. I guess the red thing is just to show you if your affection with him is the highest out of everyone. But then you still do everything else alone.
I don't know.
Which is kind of weird. That's like, it's weird that they
Your attention, please.
add that
We are
little
currently
thing, but then it's like,
experiencing some
oh, it doesn't
minor
mean
technical
anything.
difficulties. While our technicians are working hard to resolve this issue, for your safety, we ask that you follow all staff instructions.
Over here, folks. Our friendly cast members will show you the way.
Oh yeah, if you remember, you don't actually get to ride the
And have a wonderful day.
you don't actually get to ride the Ferris wheel
We've got trouble.
the first time,
Kate Sith?
and then the cloud, the
Get
cat
to the
man.
Coliseum on the double.
Why?
Because between you and me, there's been a wee shooting in the lobby.
Shooting.
And the word
Just
out
been a
the
wee
saucer is
shooting.
that a man with a gun for an arm was the perpetrator.
What?
I'll round up your pals for you, alright? Now get going. There's not a moment to lose.
About 5 more minutes, yeah, for this one. But then we still got the
man, we
Loveless
gotta
and the
get on
Chapter
line
12
quick.
dates.
Come on already.
I kind of like how this video's formatted. I wonder if this person's got this for the other two things, because that'll be easier to sift through.
What's going on?
I don't know. Your attention, please. We are currently experiencing some minor technical difficulties. While our technicians are working hard to resolve this issue, for your safety, we ask that you follow all staff instructions.
Over here, folks. Our friendly cast
You're
members
ravenous
will
for the
show
small
you the
cat.
way.
Oh, if Karma was
So
here,
much for understanding and have a wonderful day.
he would be in full agreement with you.
Did it just...
What is it?
Get to the Coliseum on the double.
Didn't Yuffie see him already?
Between you and me, there's been a wee shooting in the lobby over there. And the word around the saucer is that a man with a gun for an arm was the perpetrator.
Kate Sith does it for you. I mean, he could do it for a lot of people. Do you see the image of him from? I think it's the mobile phone game
Or gun arm
where he's like
right?
wearing like Tim's or something and glasses. Like he's dressed in like hip hop clothes.
Looks fun, huh?
I talked over the Tifa one, and we've seen or talked over the Yuffie one, and we've seen the Tifa one.
What's going on?
I don't know. Your attention, please. We are currently experiencing some minor
I feel like this
technical
cutscene,
difficulties.
having this music from the
While our
start, kind of
technicians are
ruins
working
the
hard to
tension.
resolve this
You
issue.
already know something's
For
gonna
your
go wrong.
safety, we ask that you follow all staff instructions.
It should have been silent until you saw
Our friendly
the
cast
the
members
Ferris
will
wheel
show
stop
you the
moving.
way.
Thank you so much for understanding and have a wonderful day.
Cloud, we've got trouble.
Is that a cat?
What is it?
Get to the Coliseum on the double. Because between you and me, there's been a wee shooting in the lobby over there.
Just a little
The
one.
word around the saucer is that a man with a gun for an arm was the perpetrator. I'll round up your pals for you, alright? Now get going. There's not a moment to lose.
This has to be a mistake.
Let's go find out.
Come on, let's get in line.
What's going on?
I don't know. Your attention, please. We are currently experiencing some minor technical difficulties. While our technicians are working hard to resolve this issue, for your safety, we ask that you follow all staff instructions.
Over here, folks. Our friendly cast members will show you the way.
Thank you so much for understanding.
I mean, I didn't expect much from this. I figured it was going to be like that, where it's just the characters present are different.
Oh, hi, little guy.
What is it?
Get to the Coliseum, on the double.
Because between you and me, there's been a wee shooting in the lobby over there. And the word around the saucer is that a man with a gun for an arm was the perpetrator. I'll round up your pals for you, alright? Now get going. There's not a moment to lose.
That can't be true. Can it?
Let's go find out.
Alright. No, don't go to that just yet. No, okay. Let me just check something here. So this is by Backseat Guide. This is all Loveless choices and differences. The reason I picked this one is because in addition to this having differences, there's actually there's choices I did not make during this this sequence. So I want to see those too, because I was afraid that something would change or not work right or I wouldn't get the best reward if I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So this is by Backseat Guide. This is during the chapter 12 date, but this isn't the actual date.
My blade thirsts for vengeance.
Which again, if you're here, you should probably already know that.
Fear not, Alfred. I've come for you.
So I had Aerith during this part, but apparently it's only Aerith or Tifa that can be the Rosa.
Did you find me?
Which does affect the performance at the end as well.
'Twas the will of the goddess, perhaps.
Oh.
Okay. Release me! My blade thirsts for vengeance!
Alfred, are you unharmed?
Do they show the musical performance? Third choice you. Oh no, they don't. Okay. Well, I'll mention it since I'm not gonna go and look. Well, it might be in the final date video. We'll see.
Your woeful cries could not fail to reach mine ears.
Good lord, why is that so loud? Always wondered what Loveless was supposed to be. I mean, just.
My blade
Oh, Yuffie can be Rosa too. Okay, that's interesting. So I don't know what Yuffie does during the performance then.
Don't worry, Alfred. I'm here to rescue you.
Rosa, how did you find me?
I think if you get a date with anyone else, it defaults to Tifa.
Ye old princess intuition, I guess. You can thank me later.
So it's actually gonna show. Oh, first choice Barrett. Okay.
You know not whom you face, nor that you stand in his dominion. For I am Barbados, the Dragon King. And by the draconic power that courses through my veins, I shall give you ample cause to rue this day. Tremble in fear before the mighty dragon's roar!
Okay, so I think they're only just showing the dialogue and not the actual gameplay. It's probably the same no matter who you pick.
How shall your feeble aegis fare against piercing fang and keenest claw?
It's funny, you would think Red would put on the serious voice here.
Find their mark and taste of your flesh.
You would think he would put on the oh yeah. So I picked Rosa, but you could choose the other characters too to
What is the future if not the product of
confess your
choices
love
past?
to.
Each a fork in the road. None can divine the conclusion of every path. And yet, all tales that begin with a chance encounter share the same end. A tearful farewell.
has a lot more
That's enough of my blethering.
has a lot more impact when Aerith is Rosa. Yeah. It's the same. It's the exact same dialogue, though.
What is the future if not the product of choices past?
So yeah, Loveless is a play that takes place in the world of Final Fantasy VII, or it's performed in the world of Final Fantasy VII. It's mentioned in the original FF7. I don't know how much of it was actually like shown prior to Rebirth, but it was like a huge plot point in Crisis Core because of Genesis being like obsessed with it. Constantly quoting it.
What is the future if not the product of choices past? Each a fork in the road. None can divine the conclusion of every path.
Is this a different read of the lines?
Yet, all tales that begin with a chance encounter
That
share
first
the
line
same
sounded
end.
different.
A tearful farewell. Well, that's enough of my blethering. It's time we set the stage anew. The Hellhound is racked with a hunger that only a fresh bone might sate.
Fresh bone.
He yearns to bring his fangs to bear, to sink them into bone. Delicious, alluring, and irresistible. And knowing this, you can surely bring him to heel.
Whew, I am stuffed. Could eat another bite if I try.
Well, that's enough of my blethering. It's time we set the stage anew.
Second choice. Ah, I see. So it's
The Dragon King
you can make
feels that
the
which he
second
lacks,
phase easier.
None other than truest love, the strength of hearts conjoined. That singular weapon is mightier than the darkest magics or deadliest blows, and it alone can o'erthrow the king.
Be still, my aching heart.
Well, that's enough of my blethering.
That's interesting. I didn't know you could actually make it easier. So I actually played through this on hard mode, kind of. Not to toot my own rusty trombone.
My love.
Alfred.
Alfred is the name of the alcohol-free beer in Somnium Files 2.
Cease this charade. Love is not but an illusion.
Bereft of wings and broken, I consign you to the abyss.
Thank you, Alfred, for saving our world and everyone in it. You are a true hero.
What awaits you at Journey's End, I wonder? Will the goddess grant you her blessing? Or will the flames of vengeance consume you?
Okay, it's like the
All
entire
shall be
ending.
revealed, O puppet of fate. So dance while you still have time. Dance till your frayed strings break, and you can dance no more.
Alfred, look. Must you go?
Those I hold dear are waiting.
I don't understand. I cannot. But please be safe.
Rest assured, I shall return. You needn't promise that you'll wait, for I know that I will find you here.
I don't remember that being how it ended. They're saving the joke choices for the end, huh? Yeah.
My love.
Alfred.
mean, we've seen this, but just for being thorough here.
Ah, cease the charade. Love is not but an illusion.
Bereft of wings and broken, I consign you to the abyss.
An inspiring victory, truly. Proof that love indeed conquers all, is it not?
What awaits you at Journey's End, I wonder? Will the goddess grant you her blessing? Or will the flames of vengeance consume you? All shall be revealed, O puppet of fate. So dance while you still have time.
It does seem like this is like just the prologue of a longer like series of plays.
And you can dance no more.
Just because it ends with Alfred leaving and like an ominous warning from Varvados.
Alfred, look.
I'm not really up on the Loveless lore. The Loveless.
Must you go?
Those I hold dear are waiting.
I don't understand. I cannot. But please be safe.
Rest assured, I shall return. You needn't promise that you'll wait, for I know that I will find you here. My love.
Alfred.
Oh, Cloud. She's 17, don't.
Love is not but an illusion.
Bereft of wings and broken, I consign you to the abyss.
Talk about a close call. But hey, we made it.
I like that,
And
like...
who'd have thunk? So boom. Hero material, right?
Is she like the only one that's breaking? I'm pretty sure Tifa and Aerith stick very exactly to the scripts.
Journey's End, I wonder.
It's funny that Yuffie's breaking it.
Grant you her blessing, or will the flames of vengeance consume you? All shall be revealed, O puppet of fate. So dance while you still have time. Dance till your frayed strings break, and you can dance no more.
Alfred, look. Must you go?
Those I hold dear are waiting.
I don't understand. I cannot. But please be safe.
Rest assured, I shall return. You needn't promise that you'll wait, for I know that I will find you here.
It's interesting that she doesn't break script like sometimes, but like during the action sequences she gets like excited. That's interesting. So there's not a ton of variation, but I think I really just wanted to see these, choosing the other characters as your love.
My love.
Are you kidding me right now? Ah, cease the charade. Love is not but an illusion.
He gets his hopes up for just a second. Now this is a choice I could get behind. Yeah. Red was gonna let that happen.
Love is not but an illusion.
Red was absolutely gonna let that happen.
How dare you toy with my emotions?
Oh my god. That's incredible.
Are you ready to ride?
I'm so happy that's how that scene plays out. Whoa, stop. Skywheel dates. I didn't wanna... I want like a whole... like the whole thing here. Hold on. FF7 Rebirth. All Chapter 12 dates. All Skywheel dates. All date scenes. All dating scenes max intimacy. Alright, this is an hour long, but I might scrub through this. This is by Dengo. Or the video is by Dengo. Obviously, Dengo recorded the footage and uploaded it. I'm also big. Hello. No, I'm not. Wait, this is Chapter 8, though. Hold on.
Weird.
Wait. All dating scenes max intimacy. Oh, I see. Okay, I think it's split into Hold on. Let me scrub through this. You can't do alone in Chapter 12, that's why. So, where'd the volume go?
Yeah, Red's off doing his own.
I know.
Share a private moment to difficulties.
Yeah, okay. They have it split by character and then
So
chapter.
Here I am, the odd woman out. Red's off doing his own thing, and Aerith and Yuffie are taking a spin on the Skywheel. They're only letting couples on tonight.
Oh, it's the exact same dialogue. That's
so
interesting.
Here I am, the odd woman out.
So I got Tifa for Chapter 8, but not 12.
Quick, huh? Must be nice to make friends that easily.
What, like you can't?
I don't know. I act like I can. Think I always have. Ever since I was a kid. Anyway, you up for a little exploring? With me. I mean, no pressure.
Of course I'm up for it.
So wait, if you get the same character both times, they just repeat the dialogue.
Are you ready to...
This dazzling journey is sure to be one you...
You ready for this? A gondola's here.
Me? Gondola.
Well, after you.
You first.
Cloud?
So Aerith and Cloud just kind of hug. But I'm pretty sure Tifa actually... They go in for the kiss at the end.
Think we can steer with this?
Worth a try.
Here goes. Wow. Well?
Nice save.
I'm sure the Gold Saucer crew would have let us die.
Hey, over there. See that? Being a jockey looks so fun.
That's definitely not what the races are like.
I guess I'll just have to see for myself. It's beautiful.
Little smirk Cloud did there.
So, have you talked to Aerith?
Hey, Aerith? I talked to Cloud. He said he remembers Zach. How they were friends 5 years ago.
What?
Yeah, we saw that.
Not
We see
yet.
that flashback with Aerith on here too.
Touchy subject, huh? She must still have feelings for Zach.
I think it's a little more complicated than that. Hey, it's kind of weird us being here like this, isn't it?
Is it? I mean, I guess it is. Kinda.
I suppose.
Ever since
It's hard to
we were
bounce off
5-year-olds,
Cloud if he's not saying
crazy
something
journey.
incredibly stupid or mean.
Ever since we were kids, even. I can't remember a time like this. A time when we were this close. Or am I getting ahead of myself again?
Again?
Yeah. Again.
Sorry, I still have Cloud almost kissing Red's paw in my mind.
Not one bit.
I wish he had committed to it. Yeah, they do. They go in for the kiss. Wow. He does not do that with Aerith. I have to wonder, is like the cutscene with Aerith in chapter 14 before she pushes him into like the flower garden portal, is that different if he has higher affection with Tifa? I love that they do that. They immediately get embarrassed.
We should probably head back to our rooms.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. So next we have Aerith. Aerith.
That way.
It's okay, that's all the same. So chapter 12, Aerith. Well, I mean, we've seen this.
Can it?
It's the one I got in my playthrough, but still, just for the sake of seeing it all. I just want to see if their dialogue's different too. About to say, what a dork, hey, Robo Bunny.
Those are some pillow marks. You must have been out like a light. You know, there's a showing of Loveless about to start.
This is different. So her dialogue's different. It's weird that
To it.
Tifa's is
We
exactly the
should go.
same.
Also, the Skywheel's running a special for couples, limited time only.
Unless the person accidentally put Tifa's thing in there.
I'll leave that up to your imagination. It's more fun that way.
What about the others?
Forget about them. For now, anyway. Come on.
Robo Bunny, I was watching the alternate scenes in Loveless just a few minutes ago, and there's a scene where Cloud almost kisses Red 13's paw. If you choose him as your love, and like they commit to it too.
Hurry up.
It gets stopped by Barret at the last second, unfortunately.
So, shall we?
I want to see, does she dodge the space thing too, or is that just, like, not a problem with anyone else?
What do you think this does?
I imagine if you spin that thing too quickly, you get very queasy.
This is incredible.
In fact, okay, I'm putting money on it right now. Yuffie's gonna get sick when we take the Ferris wheel ride. Okay, she didn't move. It just shakes the area, I guess. I forgot how that awkward, like, both of them sitting, looking away.
Check it out.
They're both dorks.
This is insane.
Chocobo racing's nothing like that.
Well, you would know. It's all so much. Isn't it? You surprised me at first. You were just like him, and it wasn't your face or your clothes. It was you. The way you walked, the way you carried yourself. Whenever I looked at you, I saw him. But you're not him. And that's okay.
He thinks he's him.
Because right now,
literally, in this case.
and I'm trying so hard to find you.
But I'm right here.
Yeah, you are. But
Not the real you. That's interesting, actually. That's foreshadowing her dialogue in the last chapter, when she's like, "I want to find you."
Talk to you?
The true you, or whatever.
Hey, Aerith? I talked to Cloud. He said he remembers Zack.
It's interesting going back and watching this again now. I'm actually glad I did.
5
'Cause
years
I'm
ago.
catching stuff that
what?
I didn't notice the first time.
I don't think so. At least not about anything important.
Oh.
I suppose this is going to show the her performance and the after cutscene for that.
Just till the ride's over.
Because depending on who plays Rosa in Loveless, the performance with Aerith afterwards is slightly different. Aerith will always sing, but if you have Aerith as your partner for the date, then Cloud's standing backstage alone, and there's a part where he grabs the feather or whatever, the white feather. And if you have Tifa, he actually holds Tifa's hand while Aerith's performing. And I don't know what happens if you have Yuffie. I actually gotta look that up. Unless Yuffie's... I think Yuffie's always on stage no matter what, so... Okay, so I thought Cloud was leaning in for a kiss there. It's not. They're just sitting. So it's only Tifa he goes in for the kiss with.
Thanks for tonight.
You're welcome, but I didn't do anything.
Wall Market Warriors, you and me. We'll show him tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, I forgot you have to use whoever you take on the date during the ending part. God, that fight with Roofer at the end there, just annoying.
Good, you're up. Perfect timing. I need someone to keep me company while I check out the park. This place is actually kind of lame when you're on your own.
Try the others?
So wait,
Aerith
chapter
and Tifa
12,
were
Yuffie.
inside. It's not our gun-armed guy, right?
Let's go find out.
Yo!
Hey.
You just wake up?
No.
I heard about this really cool play going on. Got a couple tickets. Wanna see it together?
Yeah, it's just Tifa that has the different dialogue for the same dialogue for this chapter.
Get some rest.
Yeah, I know. But I'm too excited to sleep. I need to do something to let out all this pent-up energy. Like see a play or ride the sky wheel.
That's so.
Plus, you've been frowning so much, I figured you forgot how to smile. That's where I, the amazing Yuffie, come in. Come on.
Are you ready to ride?
This dazzling journey is sure to be one you won't soon.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice for what?
For when the real thing comes around.
Huh? PB&J Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, man.
Hey, aren't you forgetting someone?
Those sound... I haven't... You know, I've never tried the PB&J Peanut Butter Cups. I would love to try that, though. I do like Reese's Peanut Butter. Spin. Of course, she spins it way too hard. She's gonna get sick. I'm calling it. She's gonna get a stomach ache. Just ate both flavors. Wait, what's the other flavor?
That's so cool.
Is it like grape and strawberry jelly, or is it like... Got to sample them. Really? Also, hello. It was great. It really was strawberry and grape. Wow. Oh. Yep. Called it. Did I not call that?
Great idea.
Yeah.
She got sick from spinning it, but still it counts. God, if you're not expecting that to run into your caboose or whatever compartment, it's really scary. Grape is the superior flavor. You know, I like grape-flavored stuff, so I would have to try it, but I wouldn't doubt that grape would be pretty good. It depends on what... If it's like grape jelly, that's great. Grape candy, I generally do not like. Sorry, I can't hear over the music.
I also heard she used to have a pretty big crush on you.
That's so.
Well, not at first. Apparently, even as a kid, you had that weird loner vibe.
Did Tifa just, like, tell her his entire life story?
She got the love bug. Were you into her?
Don't remember.
Tifa, you told my life story to Yuffie?
She was so busy after the move to Midgard that she forgot all about you too. Don't know what it is about you guys, but I get it. I had a thing for a soldier once. At least I think he was a soldier. I wanted to prove myself, so I hit him with my best moves.
Wait, who is she talking about?
It was like like I was firing energy blasts.
Also, I really hope it was a young person in Soldier, since you're, again, you are 17.
And at the time, I totally bought it. Of course, he was just playing along for a dumb kid.
Edge. Strawberry was quite overpowering, really.
I was pissed. I couldn't stop thinking about him. I swore to myself that one day I'd blast that jerk for real. Did some hardcore training so I could give him a beatdown. But eventually, it dawned on me. He was just being nice. Like, he was a really nice guy. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized, wow, I liked him, you know? Maybe it's because of those feelings that I still can't fire energy blasts.
Yeah, sure.
With the energy blasts? Or my feelings?
The former. Feelings ain't my thing.
I think we both kind of suck in that department.
I don't know if you get this acid tang with some foods. I don't know how to word it. I think I know what you're talking about. Huh?
I mean, that is the sort of thing you're supposed
Oh,
to
did she
do
kiss
in
him on the
these
cheek?
situations.
Oh, that's cute.
It was just practice. So don't go thinking it means anything, okay?
Wow, there was more of a kiss in the Yuffie scene than there was in the Aerith scene.
You're so annoying.
But again, I need to point out, she's 17. Alright, see that's cute.
Hey, if I ever see that guy again, what should I do?
That's up to you. But if it were me, I'd let him have it.
Cloud's, it's funny, because Cloud's like, feelings ain't my thing. Meanwhile, he totally understands how Yuffie feels.
Tell anyone about tonight, and you're a dead man.
As like a silly, love-struck teenager. Chapter 12 only, Barrett.
Hey. Well, I wake baby from his nap.
That look in his eyes there, damn.
Okay.
They're putting on a production tonight. Loveless.
Loveless.
I happen to have these tickets. I thought it'd be nice to see one of the plays.
Okay, we're in for the rest of this now. It's gonna be another 14 minutes.
I thought you might feel the same. Know you're not busy, so want to come with?
Just you and me.
Oh, just think of it as one of your jobs, Merc.
Fine, but it'll cost you.
Are you ready to ride?
Yuffie's me for real, Lamau. I mean, she's relatable. I know she comes off a little overexcitable and kind of annoying, but like, she has her reasons for acting the way she does. And it's ultimately very inoffensive. She does have some slight personality change, just like Cloud and Sid. Sid being the most confusing, like the fact that he's like not an asshole at all anymore is really interesting. Makes me wonder if they're gonna do his backstory at all in the final game.
Get down.
Hey. You trying to break it?
Just messing with you.
People say they love MILFs, but they don't care about the original MILF, Mother Earth. What happened with the Switch thing? I got it. It took me 30 minutes of refreshing Best Buy's website, but I fucking got it. And it said it was out of stock.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
I love Barrett. I really do. Barrett's such a great dude. Yeah, I got it. You see, that's not the whole date, right?
When I was about your age, I decided I'd had enough of the mines. Wasn't much interested in any kind of work.
Damn, so are you saying he did not yearn for the mines? As a child, I didn't yearn for the mines.
Knew right away she was the one. But Myrna, she wasn't buying what I was selling.
Oh, poor Myrna.
She was in the market for a man, not a selfish little boy.
Well, you ain't little.
If I was gonna win her heart, I had some growing up to do. Otherwise, she'd never give me the time of day.
So I became 3 times as wide and twice as tall.
Our first date was at a theme park. Nowhere near as big as this place, of course. Just a traveling fair with a handful of rides.
How long was the gold saw? Right, it was converted from another thing.
Chocobos round and round, laughing our asses off. Look at me, boring you with my old stories.
Wouldn't be the first time. Don't worry, I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, the lesson here is once you find your soulmate, you never let him go. So, who is it?
Who's what?
You know damn well what I'm talking about. Why do you always have to overthink things? That ain't no way to live. You gotta just go for it sometime.
What was up with that in the play when you tried taking my hand?
Touche. You could say that we balance each other out.
Yeah.
I mean it though. If you do have feelings for someone, tell them straight out. Don't wait till it's too late.
Didn't stop Aerith for beating around the bush for 14 chapters. Cloud, is there a girl you like? But do you really like her? Maybe I could like you. Maybe, but probably not. But maybe.
Thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it.
I do find it funny that everyone's just allowed to walk around with their weapons in here.
Yeah.
They have no problem letting Barrett walk around with a loaded gun.
Hey! Is this a bad time?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Couldn't find anyone. Thought they might be here.
Just me.
Oh. Actually, there's this play I want to see, and would you mind coming with? I already have the tickets, but look at me. There's no way I'm getting in by myself.
I got you.
You do? Great!
I like how he doesn't complain when Red wants to go see it, but when Tifa or Yuffie does. I'm guessing the cutscenes outside of Loveless in the theater are all the same, since Aerith has to be the one to go accept the singing thing anyway.
Come on!
So if you were almost able to kiss Red during Loveless, you should absolutely be able to just plant one on his face here.
Cool it.
How can I? It's...
This is adorable, honestly.
Hey, you're gonna drool on the seat.
Close call.
I am very glad I made the time to watch these tonight.
What's up?
All right. This doesn't leave the ride, okay? It might sound crazy, but back in Midgar, Aerith and I could both see the future.
Well, that would explain a lot. I'm guessing you can't anymore, though?
Nope. Not even a bit. Whatever we had, I think the Whispers took it from us when we left.
Huh.
It seems Arbiters of Fate can do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's almost like they were written in just to change the story enough.
I wonder if this means we'll eventually forget they even exist.
We'd be better off if we did, frankly. There's no point in wasting our time worrying
What?
about
Okay, so back in Remake,
change it.
Aerith, like, touched Red's head and it gave him psychic ability until the Whispers removed it from him.
Have to keep Aerith safe. I mean it, Cloud. I don't remember what's supposed to happen, but I do know she's in danger.
Marlene had it too. You saw in the alternate universe she still had that ability because she remembered Aerith's death being shown to her.
Shake on it.
Right down to the fact that she remembered it was Sephiroth.
They are soft.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget it.
Dog telling the human to shake. Yeah, well, about that, Red. Oof. Alright, get ready for the best date coming up.
I'm glad that we could speak in private, Cloud.
Yeah.
You're good company. Thanks.
If you have mutual points towards everyone.
Oops. Did we wake you?
Something on fire?
No. Just happened to stumble across some tickets to Loveless.
I would say yes to
And
Kate
thought
Sith
I'd share my
immediately
good
and just
fortune
ditch the
with
other two.
Because I'm ex-Shinra?
No. I wanted to invite everyone, but they'd already gone off on their own. Save for these two.
Ain't nothing weird about watching a play with the guys. Come on, we'll make a night of it.
Hang out, crack open a cold one, show each other our dicks.
Are you ready to ride?
So wait, do all three of them join you in the saucer ride? Yeah, they do. With a J.O. crystal. Oh, God.
Doesn't it work like that?
The music.
But we just sit here and spin? Could at least thrown in a joystick.
That seems joysticky.
Oh? Some dumb kid's toy.
Come on. At least we can enjoy the scenery.
Something tells me we're not going to get a particularly deep conversation here.
Just look. You've got a space battle unfolding right before your very eyes. Tell me that doesn't send a chill down your spine. Oh no! Evasive action!
Hard to port.
Vincent has not said a word.
Oh, made it by the skin of our teeth. You know, people sometimes ask me to predict who will win a race. Ah, come off it, I tell them. If I could do that, I wouldn't still be working here now, would I?
Oh my god. They're also just disinterested in this.
Huh? Whoa. Whoa! Talk about a breathtaking spectacle! Seriously, are you lads seeing this? To hell with you, you wee scunners! Barbarians! I provide entertainment in spades and all I get is crickets!
Can we go any faster? This is
And
torture.
how do you think I feel?
Kate.
Ooh, that was a hard right on that one.
I'm the one trying to make this fun!
What do you think Kate Smith... Fuck. Kate Smith. What do you think Kate Smith smells like? Ruined the joke, damn it.
Open the doors! Let me off of this thing!
Wow, that was really it, huh? Wow, that kind of sucked. I was expecting a little more comedy.
Well, I'll be in the stands rooting for you tomorrow. Knock 'em dead.
That's a bit sad. Okay, let me give me 1 second here. Let me just... What was this? Oh, that's an actual... I was like, what is this clip of Mario? And it's just an actual episode of where's the button to save on desktop? Because I want to make sure I get the watch later. There we go. I want to make sure I properly credit the people I watch videos of.
Are you ready to ride?
Reeves seems to be having a good time behind the screen. Now I gotta agree with him. Yeah? But agree with who? Stop. Oh, you already watched this. How do I...
Release me! My blade thirsts!
Yo, desktop YouTube sucks.
Are you ready to ride?
Okay, get that out of there. Jake Randall is trying to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2. Oof. I don't know who that is. Which one did I skip here? I skipped all Skywheel dates because that wasn't the full thing, even though it kind of was. All right, there's one more thing I want to look up here. FF7 Rebirth, all Aerith performance reaction. No, I don't want streamer reactions. Of course, it pulls up Aerith's VA playing Rebirth because she is a streamer. Cool, but not what I wanted to see. All right, let me pull this one up. So, let's see who's I think this is the solo one. Oh no, it's not. Okay, all right. So I could show this. Except I don't have it up on the screen. So this is the music scene. We saw what happens if you have Aerith as Rosa. What happens is Cloud just stands in the back, and he grabs the feather at one point that flies over. If Tifa's there, it's slightly different. Yeah,
You got this.
yeah, she shows up and encourages her. Whereas I think Cloud does that if he's alone. I don't know what happens if Yuffie's there, and I don't know how I would look that up, because apparently people don't realize that you could get like a different reaction there. Now, if Yuffie wasn't there, does Sid just not get woken up? But yeah, it's interesting that, like, even this scene is different depending on who you had with you. People are apparently debating on whether or not she's singing about Cloud or Zack, but apparently the director has completely 100% confirmed she is singing about Cloud. You know, absolutely shocked at this, but there is no this song does not get copyright claimed in the VODs, if you can believe it. Yeah, when it was Cloud alone, I think, what was it, like a feather or something from Aerith's costume, like, flies over to him and he grabs it, kind of like a parallel to the, you know, the black feathers of Sephiroth. I can't remember. And of course, now, like I just said, there is a Yuffie variation too, I'm assuming, and I have no idea what it is, because I don't think anyone specifically uploaded a version with that in it. Yeah, and obviously they're up on stage, too. If, the version I got, you know, Tifa's just not there. It's interesting, too, because it deepens your relationship with everyone. But, I mean, again, we saw this. We've seen all of it. We know what happens. Yeah, it's a lot of interesting variations. I would say that, you know, obviously, if you're going for 100% completion, probably not worth doing every variation just to see it. It's better to just look it up like I did right now. But I think it was definitely worth at least seeing. Yeah, let me put that one on the watch later list so I know exactly who to, I don't want to share. It's so, desktop YouTube is, like, not great. Alright, so, when the game is finally fully over, we're going to be in pain and crying, aren't we? I have to wonder, I really wonder about that. And I do have a couple thoughts that I kind of want to get out regarding this. What's hold on, I'm getting a message real quick. Yeah. Okay. Let me just put on the, I guess let's just do the Overworld theme. So, okay. It's been, this is just, like, background ambience and stuff. I'm not gonna make it full screen, though, because I do need something that I have up here. So, okay. it's been over a week since I finished this game, and obviously I've said it a few times, but I've had some thoughts about it. I mean, as I mentioned, this was the longest game I've ever streamed in terms of playtime, in terms of parts, in terms of overall, like, consecutive time streaming it. This is undoubtedly the longest game I've ever streamed at this point. And I feel that's a bit of a detriment to it. Obviously, I've complained about this a few times, but the setup of the game is it's nice that there's so much optional stuff you could do, but I don't feel like it was set up super properly. Mainly because a lot of the optional stuff is story heavy. Like, there is lore to it, even if it might just be side stuff. There's still like backstory and stuff that you would get from the original game in a much quicker format, being kind of dragged out through a lot of the side stuff, which, you know, isn't inherently bad, but at the length this game does it isn't the best. And I do think one of my main complaints with it, thinking back on it, is the fact that there were far too many points in the story where you're locked into the story and you cannot go explore. Essentially, like, if you were doing a story beat, you couldn't walk around the map. You were stuck in either a dungeon or, like, you were funneled and the game would, like, you know, do that, like, electric, like, zzz thing and stop Cloud from walking off the beaten path. And it's a bit weird because then we're splitting, you know, we're splitting an open world game into clear stories parts and exploration parts. And while, again, that can work, I do feel like it kind of came at a detriment at a lot of times, because, like, there'd be points where, like, you might just think, like, okay, well, I'll run to the next story beat while getting this stuff, and it's like, no, you're locked into doing a specific thing in a specific part. I would say that the Gungaga region, going to the reactor, was probably the best use of that, because you were locked into going to the reactor, but there was still, like, an open world part that you could still kind of explore and find stuff to do in. As long as you weren't, like, running out to, like, past where you were before, you know, you were allowed to still pick stuff up. So that was good. But I do think that there was just a bit of a disconnect between, like, when you were able to explore and when you were actually able to do story stuff. Like I think back to right after you fight Dine and you had the big desert chase. That was cool. Like, it locked you into a segment, but you were still in the open world area, like, doing a battle, and I thought that was cool. I felt like there needed to be a little more integration of, like, the story parts with the open world parts, because as it was, it really felt like just the story parts were just going to, like, the funnel dungeons or going to a town, and then that's where most of the stuff would happen, unless there was, like, a big important event already occurring in the world. It didn't flow naturally. Me sees what happens. What in the ever-loving fuck? Why? And yeah, I mean, the game's length, I know I complained about it, but, like, again, Final Fantasy Remake plus the Yuffie DLC, the Integrate DLC, altogether, that took me about 60 hours. It took me about 40-something for Remake, and then, like, another, like, 12 for Yuffie. So 60 hours to do almost everything in it. I didn't do everything, but I did almost everything. This game, I had to compromise on what I was doing, and it still took me 120-something hours to finish it. So, I get that, like, the point of the game was to scale it up, but the problem is, I think there came a point where it was just, like, it just became a bit too much, and I feel like a lot of the exploration could have easily been shrunk down. Like, the Nibelheim segment was, not Nibelheim, but the Nibel region segment was probably the best paced area in the entire game. I feel if, like, the Cosmo Canyon and Gungaga areas were that big, it would not have been that bad. Granted, Gungaga, and this seems to be a very common complaint about the game, really not a fun area to explore. I thought it looked great. I honestly like the music. I know people don't really like the child chanting mystical music type thing. I thought it was okay. I did not like the mushroom bouncing. That made navigating the area very confusing. But yeah, like, we didn't need Coral to be, like, two regions. We didn't need the beach region and the desert region as, like, one whole map. We could have easily cut those areas down or had them be separate areas. Look, they know what they did. That is brutal, and I had to step away. Oh, the ending? Don't worry, I'm getting to the ending in a couple more minutes. And one last thing. So one last thing about the open world exploration part. The proto relic stuff. You know, I went out of my way to do all that. I went out of my way to fill out every dot on the world intel. The proto relic stuff is really weird because like it builds the story up with Gilgamesh, and yeah, it has a great final battle, and you get his summon materia afterwards. But the main like hook of that quest was the proto relic. It's literally the name of the thing. And the fact that you actually don't even get the proto relic at the end, and not only do you not get it, but in order to make it, you need specific parts that only drop from hard mode. So you literally cannot get this equipment until you've beaten the game once. So it's like I get it. I understand why like the Genji glove lets you break the damage limit, and it's very broken. But like it's weird that the game like puts you through all that, expecting you to do it on the first playthrough because it's engrossing, and then you get to the end and it's like, here's your reward, beat the game and do hard mode to unlock it. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, again, they gave you the Gilgamesh summon. It counts towards getting that cutscene with Chadley, so it's still fine. I just think it's weird that they give you stuff to make, and it's like you literally cannot make it. And I checked, it requires like those boss enemies that appear on the overworld areas. It requires beating them on hard mode because they'll drop a different version of their material, and that's how you make the Genji equipment. And you essentially need to get all 6 of them, all 6 materials to make the Genji equipment. It also means that getting the Pirate Jetson was completely pointless to me because other than the Genji equipment, the only items that require it are the recipes you get from the Musclehead Coliseum, which again, that's my own fault for skipping, but I just had I was just worn out. But that, again, another complaint. Why were there 4 Colosseums? The Gold Saucer, I understand. Why did we need a whole... Excuse me, I need a drink here. Why did we need a whole second Coliseum for... Why did we need extra Colosseums for Hojo, for the Shinra, the Shinra Manor, for the Dust Bowl? And honestly, I'm gonna say this too, Chadley. Like, Chadley's simulations had a use. The summons had a use, the enemy skills had a use, the tutorials had a use, and I'll give a pass to the hard mode stuff that you unlock after you finish the world intel. Because, you know, that's extra bonus stuff. It's hard mode extra challenges, and then you get a mode where you could play as Sephiroth and Zack too, which was cool. I didn't check it out, but that's still a neat thing. But like, why did we have to do the geography intel where you refight waves of the normal enemies? Why did we have to do the like mid-boss level enemy refights? There were no points to those. There was no point to any of that. All you got was like slightly upgraded materia, which you would probably have already by that point if you're spreading out your materia gain. Whoa! I was not expecting that to transition into the battle theme. The amount of Queen's Blood. There was a lot of it. I personally... Okay, so, like, this is my biased opinion on this. I loved Queen's Blood. Wait, really? They got into one battle and then... Wow, I would just start the video over, dude. Gimaniav? I would have restarted that entire recording if that happened. I was fine with the amount of Queen's Blood. Yeah, there were a lot of matches, but... Outside the tournament on the boat, which was kind of the point of that part of the story, there really wasn't, like... It wasn't overbearing. It felt like that because I would spend, like, entire chunks of the stream fighting people, but, like, it's not... You know where they are, you're not required to do all of them at once, you are required to do them all eventually if you want to finish the story, but it's not terrible. I mean, the puzzle games in Costa del Sol were fine. The Gold Saucers were fine. It was really just the survival thing that I didn't like. And it's not because it's bad by nature. It's just, it requires a lot more planning and like a way different method of playing that I just couldn't grasp. And at the end of the day, I just decided let it go. I'm not going to try for this. But it was, you know, it was still good. But yeah, I mean, again, like everything, it's excessive. I will say one thing I kind of disagree with in terms of the general opinion is the amount of minigames. I heard a lot of people saying, like, oh, there's way too many of them. They're not good. They take up a lot of time. There are a lot of minigames. I agree. I don't feel like there's that many that were, like, taking up time. I mean, like, the box breaking one taking a while comes to mind. But that was in Remake. That's not even a new minigame. They had that one before. So, whatever. I mean, they had a couple of, like, the 3D Brawler minigame. I think people, like, I don't know. The Gold Saucer stuff, like, is just there. Like, it's there to be minigames and played, but they're not required. I would say the only really annoying one... Ooh, voice. I would say the only super annoying one was the chicken. The chicken feed bucket thing. That pissed me off so badly. If you want to call it a minigame, I mean, it was more just, like, walking while, like, pressing a button. But, I mean, again, I understand the complaint. Everything in moderation. And this game does not have a lot of moderation. They very clearly, like, it's deliberate, too. They really wanted people to get the most out of this game that they could, and I appreciate that. This game is absolutely worth the price of entry. But I think for any casual player, a lot of that stuff is going to just fall by the wayside. And that's unfortunate. I feel like they could have tightened up some of the experience and made it better for people. Chocobos? I didn't mind the Chocobo hunt that much. I will say that was one that got annoying. Especially the ones with where you push the mine carts around. Those were not that fun. The last one where you're in, like, the inflatable cactus thing, which still don't understand what that was about. That one was fun. But yeah, the Chocobo stuff wasn't too bad. The Chocobo racing was fun. Fun, if not very quiet. Again, except for the Cactuar gates. Those things fucking sucked. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my overall opinion of, like, the game as a whole. I do want to talk about the ending, though, for a little bit here. And the ending is definitely a bit of a point of contention. First and foremost, let's just get out of the way, because I'm spoiling the game. You know, Aerith still technically dies at the end. We see Cloud attempting to save her, and in some reality saving her. But the problem is that the cutscene afterwards tries to emphasize a lot more of the fact that there may be, like, a second timeline, or that something's not what it seems. And honestly, it really destroys the emotional impact of the scene. Like, I think back to the original FF7, Aerith dying being, like, an absolute shock. Cloud's reaction being, like him emoting more than he has the entire game. And then following that up with whoever you have in your party, like, showing grief in their own way afterwards. Which, by the way, if you have not seen the characters in the original FF7 react to Aerith's death, it's heartbreaking. Like, Yuffie especially. You see her, like, sobbing and hugging Cloud, and then she, like, runs away crying. And it's actually, like, really depressing. Tifa just, like, putting her hand through Aerith's hair and just running away crying too. It's so sad. Rebirth kind of got rid of that because it was so hung up on showing that there was something weird happening either with Cloud or with the timeline, that, like, it kind of removed any emotional impact of that, especially since Aerith starts talking at the end of it. The emotional impact comes more in the battle when everyone but Cloud starts with the limit break, which is supposed to be like them thinking Aerith's dead, while Cloud understands that she is or is not. I think it's half and half. Yeah, it's weird. I've been seeing a lot of debate on what actually happened. A very common theory is that Cloud failed to save Aerith, and the ending and all that stuff about him seeing Aerith at the end is just his mind hallucinating it as part of, like, his fucked up, like, cellular degeneration. So just like everything else that's going wrong with his memories, now he's hallucinating that Aerith was there. And it's all just in his head. I don't think that's true. I think that with how much the game focused on emphasizing these split timelines, that Cloud actually did create a separate timeline, because he did fight off Whispers there. So in essence, he was creating another timeline. And I don't know why specifically he and Aerith are now like stuck between like the two. Like Cloud exists in the Prime timeline, but he can see Aerith in this like slightly different timeline he created, and Aerith can still interact with him and is still affected by stuff that happens in the Prime reality. I have no idea what that's about, but I do think Aerith is actually in fact alive in that iteration of reality. She's in some odd plane that she shouldn't have happened, but the fuck it did. It fuck did. Yeah, exactly. That also explains why she. But here's what I actually think is happening. So you saw like Cloud when towards the end when Cloud looks at Tifa, while Tifa's looking into the water when she's upset over Aerith's death in the Prime reality. You see Cloud start to get the headache before Aerith shows up and sits next to him. The reason Aerith sees Cloud and the crew off is because she knows that Cloud is between the two realities, and she knows that if Cloud acknowledges Aerith not being there, it's going to cause his brain to like short circuit. So what she did at the end of Rebirth is essentially leave the party, quote unquote, in order to make Cloud accept that she's not there. She's going to be able to like look at the party and not see Aerith there and be like, oh right, Aerith left. Aerith stayed behind to pray on the materia. So I think that's what the actual case. I think it's less that Cloud's hallucinating the whole thing and more that he just can't accept the Prime reality because he's technically not fully in it. So his brain's doing like the electrical buzzing thing. And yeah, it's confusing. I also want to briefly touch on who the fuck actually knows what it is. Yeah, I know. We're not going to get the answer till Rebirth comes out. But I just want to posit that that's how I feel what this ending is. Also, I want to point out, people were also saying it's a multiverse story now. It's not. The only other universes that exist are when you defy the Whispers. It's not like Cloud choosing to, like, eat a soup over a salad is going to create a timeline difference. No. The timeline differences only happen when Whispers are like actively like fought and defeated. How Zack got caught in like a weird like purgatory world? Like I don't understand that. I don't understand how Zack and Biggs got caught in like a purgatory world. But I also, you know, it's weird. It's like the multiverse stuff works differently depending on who's affecting it. Which is funny because Zack didn't do shit. Him in that alternate timeline is just the result of everyone else fighting the Whispers. Space-time tinnitus, yeah. Hey, Zijingmong. Yep, more for FF7. This is the final part, though. Nothing is fully making sense at the moment. Exactly. But, I mean, it's a mixed bag. I do really enjoy what they did with the ending of this game, the whole sequence. I did like seeing Cloud knock Sephiroth away from Aerith. Just seeing that felt like so satisfying. If you were there for the stream, you heard me just go like, oh, when that happened. I was like so relieved for a second. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of a mixed bag. I liked it. I think the original version of the game somehow had more emotional impact by just letting it happen rather than trying to quickly like say like maybe this isn't what's happening. Maybe this is what's happening. It just like everything Aerith says. Just like her, like you have a boyfriend, but do you really? You have a girlfriend, but do you really? Am I dead? I might be. Am I? Yes. Maybe not. Oh, you'll never know. Feel the need for a cigar after that, you're upset. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, we know Aerith is alive in some way, shape, or form. You know what, though? I kind of figured it would be something like that because, and don't get me wrong, I thought it was going to be done differently. I thought it was going to end with her dying in the Prime timeline and then moving to that Doom timeline that Zack and Biggs are in and waking up in other Aerith's body, which did happen just earlier with Cloud accompanying her, which I also don't understand. So, like, now where Zack is at the end of the game, is he still in that timeline where Aerith and Cloud are, like, comatose? Did their bodies not actually get up in his timeline? So, you know, who the fuck knows? It's confusing, and you know what? I understand that's what Square-Enix wants to do. I'm all here for it. Absolutely glad with whatever they do. I'm really hoping this final part goes like balls to the wall nuts with bullshit. Just do everything it can to like change stuff. I would love that. I would be happy with that. That said, I would also be happy if it stuck closer to the original story. They did manage, like, despite all the timeline shenanigans, they did still manage to stick close to the original story of 7. So, you know, I'm giving the devs credit for that. Absolutely. As I said, had to step away hard. I totally understand that. When Aerith's theme kicked in during the Life Clinger fight, I was definitely a little, like I was getting a little choked up in the chest. So I'm trying to think, like, is there anything else regarding that? I had something and then I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, so in the original FF7, that version of Jenova is called Jenova Life. And in Rebirth, it's called Jenova Life Clinger. So that's an interesting little, like, I guess not foreshadowing, but just kind of situational. Because it kind of plays into the thought that Aerith is kind of clinging to life by being in another universe, maybe? Who knows? Whereas in the original 7, Jenova Life, it represents what Aerith doesn't have anymore. So that's all of that. I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts on the entire game in general, except for one thing that I did not know about, and apparently you should know about, if you know the extended FF7 lore. So, as you know, the next game is probably going to lean heavily into the Shinra-Wutai conflict, which wasn't really a thing in the original FF7. It was implied, but like you never really went to, like, they never went to war with each other. You went to Wutai, but all that really happened was you ended up fighting the Turks. And I think a couple other things happened, but it wasn't like a big deal. So that's going to be an interesting, like, plot pivot for the next game, I feel. Don't remember anything about that exactly. Additionally, so I found this out, and I'm wondering, because in the original FF7, the Gi were only mentioned in the cave, where the Red 13 dungeon in Cosmo Canyon. That's the only time it ever really came up. Obviously, in this game, they seem to have a lot more presence, especially in the Cosmo Canyon area. And Red said something about, like, you know, trying to make peace with them or trying to change what they desire. Apparently, in the original Japanese script for FF7, the not the one in the game, but, like, the original draft for it, Sephiroth was not actually going to be the final boss. Like, he was going to be the main villain, but the final boss was apparently going to be Meteor itself, fused with the Gi, the spirits of the Gi, because they just wanted the plant destroyed so badly. So I'm wondering if they're gonna pull that out for this final remake game, and have Meteor kind of be like the actual last thing that comes up. But at the same time, I can't see that happening, because if Aerith's going to continue to pray for Holy in this alternate timeline, will that affect Meteor's presence in this timeline? Especially now that there's also the Ripon reality, which apparently is present in all timelines and not just the doomed one, because Cloud can see that as well. Far too easy. I don't know. All I know is that they're with how they gassed up the Gi in this game, they're definitely bringing them back for more in the next game. They're definitely going to be expanding upon a lot in the next game, I feel. But I'm like wondering like how long this next game's going to be because of that. I really hope it's not as bloated as Rebirth is, and that they take some lessons from this. and make it a little shorter. Make it more linear. Go back to having it be like Rebirth, or Remake. Not Rebirth. Rebirth is what I'm talking about now. One last note about that, though, about the Wu-Tai thing. So, throughout the game, that Ludbrock person, Glenn, he mentions Viceroy Saruf multiple times. And, you know, he did that press conference, and he's like, Viceroy Saruf's going to come out to talk, and then he just never shows up. I blinded it incredibly hard, but that last scene where the Sephiroth clone of Glenn is talking to Rufus, and Rufus was like, oh, I guess Saruf was a no-show, huh? And, or no, Glenn said Saruf was a no-show or something like that, and Rufus was like, maybe he would have shown up if you paid for the set. And he's like, oh, maybe, you know, the rich boy's always got to have what he wants. I don't know how I didn't fucking put it together there that Saruf is an anagram of Rufus. But yeah, apparently if you've played the older, like the mobile phone games, or it's before Crisis, I think, or not Ever Crisis is the newer one, I think, with the mobile phone game. But before Crisis, it turns out that the one, like, Shinra person who helped Lodbrok out with the Wu-Tai Rebellion was actually Rufus, under an alternate, under the anagram Saruf, Viceroy Saruf. And it turns out that not only, and again, I don't know if this is going to be spoilers for the next game, it's technically information that's already been out there through another game, but they don't explain it in this one, so you would never know. You had to kind of put the clues together yourself. Rufus didn't just help the Wu-Tai Rebellion, he also apparently founded Avalanche itself. So the very organization that was causing him problems the entire game was his own creation. And the reason he did all that, like, incognito, was because he just wanted to stick it to his dad. He hated President Shinra that much that he just, like, he defected. Not even defected, he just double-crossed with the intention of taking over Shinra later. A real Char Aznable Quattro Bagina situation. Though I guess Quattro was really in it for the to get rid of the Titans, or the Tetons as they call it. I love my father as much as he loved this city. Exactly. Which is to say nothing, because he wanted to build Neo Midgar. But yeah, again, it's really funny that the whole game went by and I was like, who is this Saruf person? He must be really important. Not realizing that they were literally talking about Rufus. And obviously Lodbrok has to continue mentioning Saruf because he has to keep up the appearance that he's there. But again, it's like, you know, I don't think Rufus actually gives two shits about Wu-Tai. He just did it to spite his old man. Which is, again, really funny when you think about the fact that he created Avalanche, which ended up being his and his father's downfall. Though I guess really Sephiroth's sword is more of a President Shinra's downfall, but still. But yeah, that explains why Lodbrok was back from the dead, because he was a Sephiroth clone. Which, by the way, alright, I get that they're doing this to play up the Wu-Tai Shinra thing next game. I really don't see why Sephiroth is creating a distraction by pretending to be Lodbrok and having this this war happen. This really feels like something that's super beneath him. The reason he gives is because he's like, I just want to distract you, Rufus, from getting to the Promised Land. Well, why don't you just kill Rufus then? Why are you doing the runaround with him? You could just teleport behind him, go, nothing personnel, kid, and then stab him with your friggin' long-ass Muramasa. You don't have to create an entire war with people that you frankly do not give two shits about, because let's be honest, Sephiroth does not care about humans. He doesn't. He wants to kill the humans to become, you know, the supreme ruler of the planet, and now all timelines. So, I don't know. It's a mess. I'm sure the next game will sum up everything with a nice bow, wrap it tightly, and just, you know, wipe its hands of the whole thing. But, you know, it is what it is, and this is just my feelings after playing this game in particular. And that's really all I have to say about it. I think after sitting on it for a week, I've had enough time to process everything that happened. I've watched that scene of Cloud swiping away Sephiroth from Aerith like 20 times, watching Vinny's version like at least 3 times, or like that part from his stream 3 times. All I'm gonna say is, and again, I've seen this opinion go around a lot, and I agree with it. If Square does any more remakes after the Final Fantasy VII one, please, one game, faithful remake. Don't split it into like 3+ parts. Final Fantasy IX is the next heavily rumored one to be getting a remake, and that I can absolutely see being like a one-and-done deal. Maybe make it like 10 hours longer than the original, with cutscenes. Make it look nice like this game, and you're good. You got a great retelling of an overlooked Final Fantasy game. And I would play that. That would be how I play 9 if 9 got a remake like that. Oh my god. They're not even getting into a battle. Why does the music start? Also, the video's over. I've been talking for half an hour. Yeah. I put on Yuffie's original theme here. So that's pretty much my feelings on Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. That's my feelings on it. I'm not harsh on the story changes. I do enjoy it. I'm going to try to be a lot less obsessive with 100%ing it next time. That said, I do want to stream Crisis Core Reunion at some point. I'm probably going to buy it when it goes on sale and stream it before the next FF7, the final FF7 game comes out. The main issue with doing that is just that if you have not seen Final Fantasy VII Original, or if you're only experiencing the remake trilogy, it's going to spoil some pretty heavy revelations that are going to be coming out of the last part of this remake trilogy, as well as the original game if you didn't experience it. So I'm kind of concerned about doing that and ruining it for people who haven't seen it. At the same time, my stream audience, 99% of you have seen it already or know what happens. So I don't feel that bad about doing that. I've been kind of going back and forth on it. I was going to think maybe I'll wait until the remake trilogy's finished, then do Reunion. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I'll probably do it at some point. When? I don't know. Because, well, as I said, streaming's going to be very busy for me this summer. For very... Fuck, I wish I still had that on hand. Why did I close that? Stream is going to be very busy for me, for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's where we are. That's the story, and Square Enix is sticking to it. Oh man, what a night. 3 hours of stream, and I literally have done no gaming at all. Let's remedy that. Give me 3 minutes. I'm gonna set it up, and we'll do an hour and a half of Crusader Ascenti, and then tomorrow night I'll come by early, and we'll make up for lost time this week. And once that's done, time to prep for vacation, because I am a week away from it.
Me? Gungaga.